folks, it's Friday. We're on an northeast aspect, about 11,700 feet, and we're looking to see what our good old persistent slab is doing. This couple of feet of snow here was the storm slab from earlier in the week, and what we have is it's sitting on a couple of different things depending on what slope you're on, but what we have found is a widespread weak layer of facets, sugary facets. Some of them are associated with a sun/melt freeze crust. Anywhere that they got solar input earlier in the week, in the shadiest of slopes, we're just seeing buried facets at about the same depth. You know, it's a couple of feet down right here. That depth varies by elevation and particular slope. But what we're finding in stability tests is it's taking a moderate amount of force to collapse this weak layer, but once it collapses, it's very willing to propagate, and we're getting sudden collapses in that propagation. Propagation saw test results are somewhere in the 30 cms over 100 range, which tells us that this is a touchy situation. Pretty spooky results from these pits that we're digging the last couple of days. And although the danger is rated right now at moderate, we're sort of feeling like it's a spooky moderate. And you know, it's still possible to trigger this layer. We don't feel that it's likely that we're going to human trigger this in most places, but it's certainly possible. And if you're unfortunate enough to find a weak spot or a thin spot where this weak layer is more easily affected by the weight of a skier or rider from above, you're talking about pretty big consequence avalanches. So we're mindful of this persistent slab, and with these warm sunny days we're having, it's in the 40s here at above 11,000 feet, low 40s, and on the solar aspects on our way up midday we're seeing quite a bit of wet loose slide potential. The top few inches we're starting to snowball. Pinwheels were just starting about 11:30 a.m. So if you're out and you're monitoring those solar aspects, as you start to sink in, as your ski and boot penetration gets deeper and deeper and you start seeing that snowball effect, it's time to get to shadier slopes and be mindful of the added weight that is putting on these weaker layers. As we moisten our snow, as our surface snow, it's going to add weight to these layers. So be mindful of that. Be safe out there, you guys, and we'll talk soon.